Israel. Rhode Islanders gathered with heavy hearts last night to pray for those suffering in Israel.
And elected officials in a variety of faiths packed the Jewish Community Center to show their support, but not every community in New England was on Israel's side. Good morning, Providence reporter Caitlin Gelhaus joins us in the studio to break down what happened at last night's vigil and at rallies across New England. Caitlin.
Teralyn, politicians, religious leaders, and community members gathering Monday night to remember the more than 1,000 people lost in this weekend's attack and counterattacks. A prayer in mourning for all of those lost. People came together for a vigil at the Dwers Jewish Community Center in Providence Monday night. At least 900 have been killed in Israel and 600 in Palestine. And while the battle is more than 5,000 miles away, Rhode Islanders are feeling it firsthand.
They realized there was a war only when my brother and some of my cousins were all called to the reserves in the north and the south. Today, I heard that my sister's-in-law cousin is one of the victims who got murdered.
While the vigil in Providence was peaceful, a rally for Palestine in Cambridge broke out into fights between Palestine supporters and Israel supporters. Totaling around 1,000 people, the shouting match took place outside of Cambridge's City Hall. The hundreds showing up for a pro-Palestine rally were met by dozens of Israel supporters yelling from across the street on Massachusetts Avenue. The supporters of Israel called the violence from over the weekend terrorism, while the demonstrators on the other side called for statehood in the wake of the escalating conflict in the Middle East.
Any deaths are tragic, and we need to understand that the forces that are driving this conflict in the first place are coming resolutely from the U.S. government's support of the Israeli apartheid regime.
The group of Palestine supporters then marched through the streets of Cambridge after the City Hall rally. Cambridge police officers were on hand to keep supporters on each side separated from one another, and there were no reported issues. For now, live in the newsroom, I'm Caitlin Gelhaus, ABC 6 News.
Thank you, Caitlin. And we now turn to that ongoing war in Israel. Israel is escalating its war with the Islamist militant group Hamas by halting food and fuel shipments into Gaza, as well as it's waging airstrikes in the military targeting Hamas strongholds.
And nearly 1,600 are dead on both sides of the fight, including at least 11 Americans. ABC's Justin Finch is following the latest from Washington.
This morning, Israel at war. Israel Defense Forces releasing new video showing its airstrikes. The IDF says they've taken out more than 1,000 targets across Gaza as it hunts down Hamas. ABC's Ian Pannell there on the ground as Israel's military moves south towards Gaza in what could be a step towards a ground invasion.
These are armored personnel carriers essentially heading up towards the front line. We're seeing a lot of men, a lot of munitions, and a lot of movement. This is starting to look really like a country at war.
Israel also imposing a Gaza siege, blocking food, water, and utilities into the Palestinian territory. Civilians in Gaza now scrambling to save survivors trapped beneath rubble and caught in the crossfire. Now coming to light, evidence the Israel attack had been months in the making. Video showing fighters training on motorized paragliders practicing their surprise arrival into Israel. The family of 19-year-old Karina Ashayev worried for her safety after videos circulated online of her being taken into Gaza.
She just wants her to come home back safe and sound.
Hamas now claims to have more than 100 hostages and is threatening to execute a civilian hostage whenever Israel targets Gaza civilians without warning. A U.S. official tells ABC News the U.S. is providing intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance support to Israel's Special Operations Forces in its efforts to learn more about the status of those hostages. President Biden is set to give remarks later today about the war in Israel. Meantime, the U.S. continues to surge military resources, including an aircraft carrier and fighter jets. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
And we're switching gears now to weather. Our headlines starting out the day or the morning with some clouds and those temperatures on the cool side. We're seeing some scattered showers that will roll through the area this morning as well. But for today, isolated showers. Keep an eye to the sky, sunny, dry and cool from tomorrow through Friday, and the weekend looking 50-50 for now. So the satellite, here it is, mostly cloudy skies and those showers creeping in to western portions of westerly. That low pressure system is swirling over eastern Canada, and then we have that other disturbance to the south. What should we expect for the weekend? Well, it's this system away to the west, and that will be making its way to our immediate area by late Saturday into Sunday. But meanwhile, 8 o'clock hour rolls around. We'll be seeing some shower activity from Providence and across central to the border onto Killingly as well. Mostly cloudy skies along eastern Massachusetts to the southeast. Providence right now 49 with that wind calm. The temperatures at the moment from the mid to upper 40s, some 50s from Newport down to Block Island, 49 in westerly. So these temperatures for this afternoon, the highs will be a few degrees shy of the average temperature. Mid 60s in New Bedford, 65 on Martha's Vineyard, Newport to westerly in the mid to lower 60s. And then what about for tomorrow? Tomorrow is a totally different story. Cannot rule out a straight shower, but as far as temperatures go, in the upper 60s, some could even see 70. And why not? You know, it is New England after all. We have those roller coaster temperatures. That low pressure system will be inching its way as we head into Friday morning along the upper Midwest, pushing. And let me go back to that graphic because I want to show you the way it will be making its way through the Great Lakes region, the Midwest, moving into Chicago. And notice those lines, the tighter they are, the stronger the wind will be. And that's what we'll have to be dealing with as we head into the weekend. So Saturday morning, initially guidance was showing us that we were going to be seeing showers already, but it will be mostly cloudy as we head into Saturday morning. Saturday by evening, that's when we could be under some of that shower, heavy rain at times. Moving away from our immediate area by Sunday afternoon, still left with those clouds, and the temperatures will be dropping and falling into the mid to upper 50s. So we're going from the mid 60s to around 70 to the upper 50s for Saturday, Sunday, and into Monday. So for now, keep that umbrella handy, and beautiful weather is in store as we head into tomorrow, into Thursday and Friday. Ladies?
Sassy, thank you. It is 6:21 still to come for you.